I haven't started it.
Oh, you did start.
Hi, starting the video right now. Children at home, like and subscribe, or whatever it is people say. It's Thursday, and technically the last day of the week, so that's why I'm wearing a t-shirt. Go away, little white shirt. There we go. So you're going to need iPad, which hopefully you haven't cracked your screen, and then the article. If you're a home child, there's an article you're going to want to get, which you can get from Canvas, which you'll see in a moment. And then you're going to need to finish the novel this weekend. If you've already finished it, go you guys.
Yeah.
If you have not finished it, you have time. And then we'll talk about it Monday, answer questions, go over things, give you guys example questions and stuff like that. If you are wanting to donate stuff, bring it to me, whether it be cans or hygiene stuff. It needs to be new. Please don't bring me your half-used thing of toothpaste, as I had a kid do this morning, and I had to explain that is not what other people want. They want it new in a box. So whatever you're donating, you're not scraping your leftovers from dinner into a Ziploc bag and then bringing it to me. It needs to be new things in a box, and that's what people are taking. And then you can donate them, and then I can take them for you. And then tie game was airplanes, although I had not a single kid guess this week. Because apparently it just threw people off. Well, yesterday was the
Can't guess colors, Cora.
Snoopy flying on top of his doghouse, and there's King Kong fighting airplanes,
I
and then
wasn't
just
here when you guys
airplanes.
talked over it, so I've just been learning as I go.
Yeah, it happens. Jimmy Jam,
How long does the food and hygiene drive?
I believe until Thanksgiving.
20 seconds.
Wait, this thing's getting.
Well, I just wanted to make
Stop
sure.
paying attention. Oh my
Before
god.
Christmas and after Halloween.
Are you writing it on your iPad?
No.
Not you guys.
heck?
That's
You
kids. Okay. Tomorrow's e-learning. It officially unlocks today at 4 o'clock because I have kids who want to get things done early. So if you want to get it done early, that is absolutely fine with me. It is going to involve you reading a short nonfiction article about maggots, those little squirmy white things that look like rice. They are now using them to heal people that have cuts and wounds, and so they smear like maggots into them. Then it is a 6-question quiz. Every 7th grader is doing the exact same one, so it is not a me created, it is going to be sort of generic-y. It's 6 questions. I think they're all multiple choice or really close to multiple choice. And that's it. Get that done, and you're done for my class, as long as you also do the reading thing, and then you're good. You can either go to announcements tomorrow, it'll pop up there, or you can just go to the whole e-learning thing, and then you can click it there. Either one's fine. Alright, just reminding you again, this is more for my regular class, because I know they're going to show up next week and go, we were reading a book? And so this is where I just have to keep reminding them over and over again. Alright, to you guys, here's what we're going to be doing for today. I want to give us as much time to talk about this as possible, because I've got a feeling we're going to do a lot of talking. So you're going to be, in a moment, not yet, opening up iPad. You can either go directly typing into iPad, or you can do the righty-outy and then take the pick. I could care less, whichever one works better for you. Here are the 5 questions we're going to do. 1, you're going to do that one before we read the article. Just from the title of it, which I'll read you in a second, I want you to guess what you think happens in the article. So I'll give you the title in a moment, or technically you can look down if the title's right in front of you. But then what is it you think is going to happen without reading the article?
Which one? There's 2.
2, then what is going to be the main idea of Article 1? So just, you're going to, in 8 words or more, just give me the general idea of what the article is trying to tell us, to get you guys used to doing main ideas, because that's one of the things on tomorrow's quiz. 3, cause and effect, where you're going to have to go through and find a cause and effect in the article. A cause could be kids not doing homework is the cause in my class. The effect is
Bad grades.
bad grades is
B
one.
points taken
B
away.
points taken away.
Lunch
There
detention.
you go. And so you have to find in the article, give me an example of the cause, give me an example of the effect. 4, something that surprised you, and there's going to be a lot that surprises you. So much you can choose from on that. And then 5, yeah, I tracked down a video of it. And so we're going to
You're the
talk
best,
about
Mr.
it.
Brovicast.
And then we're going to watch video, and I want to see what your opinions are of this event, because it deals with kids your age, and I want to see your thoughts from that. All right.
You're the best, Mr. Brovicast.
Open up iPad. Let's begin question 1.
Yes, sir.
Don't go to questions 2 through 5 yet. Just do 1.
Oh my gosh.
Because the other ones require you to have me read the article. By the way, it's the one that has the guy's face on it.
Okay.
That's the one we're going to take a look at. The other one is a counter one that we're going to get to in a moment.
Ooh, I
Where
don't like
some people, like after it came out for a bit, there was a person who wrote an article that was in connection to it, and then we'll take a look at that
Is
one.
it the lawyer?
Lawyer claims man who punched 11-year-old girl was defending himself.
I thought that said 14.
How?
Wow. I thought
No.
Defending themselves.
11. Yeah.
This is where
What did
you.
an 11-year-old girl do?
Wait, let
She
me find
deserved
that.
it. She.
This is where you are coming up with your answer to what you think the first one is. So do not read the article yet. Just looking at that title, you're going to tell me what is it you think this involves.
Wait, Mr. Brovicast, I gotta get the page up.
And then to help you, I have given you fake answers as an example of what I'm looking for. So like number 1, it could just be a teacher finally snaps and loses it on an insane class of kids. That would be my answer. On the one that says question number 2, what does question number 2 ask? Please. Teachers are justified in defending themselves against the student revolution. So that'd be my overall what I think this is about. My cause and effect. Cause, the students turned off the lights and rushed at the teacher. Effect, the teacher freaked out and throat punched 4 kids before the lights came back on. So that would be my cause and effect in the article. 4, I was surprised the teacher was given an award after the attack happened. And then finally, the student was wrong for trying to start a revolution in a popular teacher's room. So that's all I'm looking for you to be able to do as we go through the whole thing. So something like that, you should be good. All right. Lawyer claims man who punched 11-year-old girl was defending himself. I'm going to have you do that one, and then I'm going to take some of your guesses here in just a moment to see what you came up with. Or you can give me a face.
Smart.
I don't understand. I mean, I understand, but like, could you just say, I think the article is about an 11-year-old girl punching a man.
Yes, and then I would not. So what I'm looking for is why do you think he punched her? What do you think was occurring to make this? I apologize. I'll take that blame. So what is it you think was happening? Like, were they playing hockey and she checked him into a wall and he was like, bonk, and just like hit her? Were they just like playing hopscotch and all of a sudden he was like, what are you? And then, so what is it you think led up to this event?
Because that's exactly what
Wally?
My thing's
I think that the kid insulted him and started a punch. It started a fight.
Oh, so you're thinking girls, or does it say girl? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I didn't want to give something away. That you think the girl started the fight and he punched her. I see. I'm not blind, Cropple. I'm old. There's a difference. Cropple?
I think that the girl was being very rude and
Uh-huh.
then just slapped the man in the face.
Oh.
So then he's like, you don't respect your elders, and then just punched him in the face.
Came at her, which was
Tried,
like
and,
his
and
walker.
then just tried to run away from the girl.
Sorry, your use of elders is what scared me, that he was like,
Well, it's
hit her with his little paper hand. Sanka.
not like.
Oh, so I think that the girl tried to get the old guy into her TikTok and he like slapped her.
Trying to get old people in TikToks is definitely slap-worthy. Emmy?
I think the man probably worked in like customer service and she was being like super rude to him. And then she started like screaming and then he swung back because he was scared.
No, he was in customer service and like she was like trying to return something.
Karen,
And then it was like-
11-year-old.
And then she was like, I want to return it. And then he slapped her.
So she went all Karen and he went all Kevin?
Her.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Cora, did you come up with an idea now?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think she might have been like threatening him, and then she might have like maybe like hit him, but like maybe not like punched him, but
Uh-huh.
like just like hit him or something, and then he like punched her.
Okay, I could dig that. Jimmy Jam?
I think that the man believed that the girl had a weapon and that she was trying to hurt someone else, and so he just went punch.
Just a little tippy-tappy? Okay. Smithy, my last one.
I think he was like in the line for like Golden Corral or something. And then
You guys are attacking old people.
and then he got angry at her and then just punched her.
Because it was like dinner time at 3:30 in the afternoon.
Mr. Broviak, when I said elder, I mean like older than the 11-year-old, not a really old man.
I was just checking on that one. I was like trying to see how far we were going. So, another quick question for you. Do you think it is ever appropriate for a 51-year-old man to punch an 11-year-old kid?
Yes.
It does say punch, right? I'm just making sure I'm not giving you... So,
So
hang on. By a show of hands, how many of you guys go, nope, there is never a reason for a 51-year-old man to punch an 11-year-old kid, especially a girl? How many of you guys go, nope, I could definitely think there's a reason why a 51... Oh, I hope you guys give me a good reason to... I mean, no, that would be wrong. You should never do such a... No, I'm 46. So I have 5 years to plan this out. Let's take a look at articles.
Big man.
Oh, yeah.
Big man.
Is this in Ohio? When does this take place?
North Carolina.
Oh, that says a lot.
So
8 years.
here's where questions 2, 3, and 4 come in. So what is the main idea the whole article's about? And your hint is it's not just the title. If you just write the title and that's it, boo on you. And then you also have to find your cause and effect, and then find your thing that surprised you. So those are the 3 things to figure out as I read it to you. Alright,
What are the questions?
they should be right there on the thing.
Well, I'm on like the website, or not the website, the app.
Lawyer claims man who punched 11-year-old girl was defending himself. Actually, hang on.
my hair.
Those of you who need the questions,
What a great man.
My hair.
there we go. I'll put them up there.
Hold my hair.
Elbow went on your hair.
Yes, Alec, you don't understand.
David Stephen Bell, the 6'5", 250-pound man, facing charges for punching a preteen girl at a North Carolina mall, was acting in self-defense and suffers from various medical conditions, according to his lawyer. So, just to give you a reference, I'm about 5'11", and so he is about 6 inches taller than me, so about that much taller. And I weigh about 175 pounds, so he's about one of you bigger than me, depending on roughly how much you His actions were in the effort to defend himself against the perceived threat from a large pack of youth who had trapped and surrounded him.
Are they animals now?
So he's defending himself from a pack of youth.
Oh, God.
Banzoff, the lawyer, who did not return calls for comment from HuffPost, also said Bell, 51, is being treated for a traumatic brain injury and post-traumatic stress disorder. A copy of the arrest report obtained by HuffPost on Thursday lists Bell as disabled in the section asking for an employer. Do you guys know what post-traumatic stress disorder is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, usually it's when you've had something really bad happen to you,
Like the war.
well, usually connected to
Or
the
seeing
war,
your friend die.
seeing your friend die in front of you. So things like that caught, and usually it means that you have
Twice.
different responses to things because it triggers stuff in your head. So they're saying he has PTSD. They don't tell us what from, but he suffered from it. Traumatic brain injury means at some point he's had a whack to his head, more so than just a concussion, but enough like it may have done some stuff. Benzoff did not detail the cause of his client's alleged medical issues or say whether they will be used as a defense in court. Asheville police arrested Bell on January 12th after he allegedly pushed and punched an 11-year-old girl and assaulted 2 13-year-old girls at the Asheville Mall.
Girl Scout.
A video that appears to show the alleged assault went viral after it was posted online. Yes, I tracked it down.
Yes.
Bell of Black Mountain, which is a town in North Carolina, was arrested and charged with assaulting a child under 12 and 2 counts of assault on a female. The circumstances leading up to the incident are still under investigation. Benzoff told the Asheville newspaper that Bell was leaving the mall when he saw a woman being harassed by a large pack of youths. The attorney said Bell was surrounded by the youths when he escorted the woman to an exit. Things turned physical, Banzoff said, when a young female shoved Bell and then another girl stepped forward in an aggressive manner. Bell pushed the youth away which caused her to lose her balance and fall. She then got to her feet and aggressively charged in the direction of Mr. Bell. As she entered Mr. Bell's personal space, he struck her with his closed fist, which is a fancy way of saying he punched her. Bell is white, and the girl he punched is black. His actions were not motivated by any animus towards the persons in that group, Manzoff said. Mr. Bell's belief is that all persons are created equal and that we are all children of God. Bell and his family, the attorney added, are praying for those impacted by this unfortunate incident.
The news people adding
So,
that part
that's
is just the truth.
Second
like,
to last part where it says his actions were not motivated by any animus towards the persons in that group is fancy lawyer speak, meaning this was not racially motivated. The fact that it just happened to, he happens to be white, they happen to be not white, and this thing happened to happen. When you watch video, you will make your own decision on whether you think it's racially motivated or whether you think they are true and that it was just completely disconnected. So I'm giving you a moment there. Figure out what the overall thing is trying to tell us. Give a cause and effect, and then a thing that surprised you. And then I'm going to give you just a moment, and then we're going to go on here in a second. And I'm going to read the second article to you. I'm going to give you a moment. Home children, this is where you have your moment also. And I have an itchy eyeball. Smithy?
So it means 5 strong sentences, like, for the whole thing?
Correct. You should be able to do each one in 1 sentence or 2. I'm not looking for 25 sentences. I mean, I don't hate you guys that much. I hate you guys a little bit, but not that much. Some of you more than others.
You have to go. How do you spell allegedly?
ALLEGED. LY. Well, I figured you could add the LY.
You should have said it. You figured I could spell.
Sorry. I got confused. I thought I was in my advanced class.
Mr. Brovicast.
Yes.
You weren't confused.
I wasn't?
You are in your advanced class.
Oh, how weird.
I think Quorum should be.
Smithy again.
So I think since you're near his age and both of your names are David,
Uh-huh.
I think this is a very likely thing to happen.
That I went under disguise, drove to another state just to punch a child.
Oh no. When you
That's
turn-
something
And
you
then
do.
when you turn
You
51,
wore a
No,
skinny
you
suit
drove
to another
It's
state.
the same
He's
stuff.
trying to attack me. Go ahead.
when you turn 51, like the second you turn 51, you have an uncontrollable rage to punch 3 kids.
Why wait till I'm 51? So also, I did some research and found out a bit more about what happened in this situation, which you'll sort of get some of that in the video. Apparently, there was a group of girls who were in a mall, and they found another girl there who they did not like, and they had beef with. And this girl was with her mom in the mall. And so this group of girls surrounded the mom and daughter and started yelling at them throughout the mall. You know, girls going all mean girl. And so I guess they went all mean girl on her. This guy, David, saw it happening and stepped in the middle and offered to escort the mom and daughter outside of the mall because this group of girls were all yelling at them. Once he escorted the mom and daughter outside the mall, the girls turned from mom and daughter to him and then started yelling at him for getting in the middle of it. And then that's where things escalated from there. But thankfully, we have these things called cell phones, and the friends that were there were nice enough to videotape it and then upload it to social media, thus saving it forever. Then, I'm going to go to the article on the back side.
Wait, so 1 through 4 was
Actually, no.
the first article?
I'm going to save the article until after we watch the video.
Yeah.
Wait,
Only because-
Was 1 through 4 the first article?
You still have a moment. I'm not done yet, so just. But the article is I did it differently first period. I'm gonna try watching video and then doing this article and seeing what your thoughts are on it.
Wait, you should have the same article.
Yeah, all my articles I did all. It was a whole voting thing because I'll use this article like coming up on the tests and quizzes and stuff like that as a reference. All right, so we'll come back to that. All right, I'm going to show you the video 3 times because it's like 30 seconds. The first time, I'm only going to pause it once just to point something out. Then I'll let you guys watch it the whole way through. And then I'm going to watch it a third time where I'm going to pause a couple times. Home children, you're out of luck. I can't show it on here because YouTube will kick me off if I show someone else's video. So you'll just have to click the link that I install later on. So we'll be back to you in a moment.
This
What
is
if
like
you're
your
right-handed and
grandpa.
we're
What if
trying
this
to
happened to your grandpa?
We're back. So, as you have now watched video, as you are going on to question number 5.
Number 5.
What number 5 is the one that says who do you think is in the wrong? So, was the guy in the wrong or was the girl in the
I
wrong?
think everyone.
So that's where you sort of come into that whole what should have happened. So,
say both.
you can, as long as you explain it. This is where the second article comes in on the backside. And this tells you what the fallout was from it, what happened to him from this attack. It says, North Carolina man avoids jail time, sentenced to racial justice workshop after brutally punching 11-year-old black girl. So it gives you a little recap. It says, a North Carolina man who was arrested in January for brutally punching an 11-year-old black girl has been convicted of 2 misdemeanors. Misdemeanors are the smallest and lightest of crimes you can do, like jaywalking. From the Asheville Citizen-Times, it gives you a recap. David Stephen Bell pleaded guilty of misdemeanor assault on a child under the age of 12, as well as 1 misdemeanor account of assault on a female for pushing a 13-year-old girl during the incident, according to the county clerk's office. A second misdemeanor charge for pushing another 13-year-old girl was dismissed due to difficulties contacting the victim, according to the district attorney, meaning the other girl involved dipped and refused to cooperate. So apparently she left and refused to actually help out the police in any way. And this was an opinion piece that was written about it. It says, in January, The Root reported that Bell, age 51, pushed and punched an 11-year-old girl in the face outside of the Asheville Mall in Asheville, North Carolina. He is listed as a 6'5", 250 pounds in an incident report taken at the scene. According to Williams, Bell received a 60-day suspended sentence and has been placed on unsupervised probation for the next 12 months. Probation means you have to check in with a probation officer, basically saying you're not doing anything wrong. Unsupervised means that he doesn't have to check in. As long as he does not get arrested again in that 12 months, nothing bad happens to him. Additionally, Bell will be required to complete anger management counseling and participate in a racial justice workshop within the next 90 days. Meaning that you have to, the management means you have to go and work on your anger, and the racial justice workshop means you have to go to like meetings to figure out how to get along racially between like whites, blacks, stuff like that. So that's what you have to go to.
But it wasn't racially motivated. Yeah, it wasn't. They were
Within
attacking him.
the next 90 days, he is also responsible for paying a court fee of less than $200. In the immediate aftermath of the assault, Asheville attorney Banzoff tried his best to garner sympathy for Bell by asserting that he suffers from both post-traumatic stress disorder and a traumatic brain injury. However, that's no excuse for what transpired. And if anything, the lack of severe punishment for assailing a child is inexcusable.
Attacking him.
They wouldn't go.
So,
Is it possible for like 2 people to get, or all the people to get punished?
possibly. Not usually, but it could be. So, do you think what happened to him was justified then?
Yes!
With the, so this is the, should more have happened to him? Should less have happened?
I think the punishment was good enough.
I think more
And
happened.
agreed, you're not there. But here's the thing. As you guys become big people, you have to form opinions on stuff like this. If you are unaware, we had voting this past Tuesday.
Did.
Young people made the difference. It was the biggest young person turnout in like 40 years. And it was due to Gen Z, who showed up in massive numbers to vote. You guys are Gen Z. Your opinions count. So that's why I present you with things like this, because this is what voting is. You have to start forming opinions on things. Is there a right or wrong in this? No. That's what makes life tough. You have to then look at things and go, it all sucks. And we go, yeah, that's life. And we go, now you have to figure out who gets punished. And you go, but it all sucks. And we go, yes, that's life. And that's what being a big person is. So here's where I try to force you to do big person things, like make decisions about things where life sucks. So that's why I was curious to see your opinion on this. So, was, by a show of hands, how many of you guys go, he was justified in what he did with that punch? How many of you guys go, no, he was not justified in that punch?
Not voting.
And how many of you guys go, I have no idea being a big person is scary? And that's fine. That's more just sort of seeing where you sit on all of this. As an adult myself, I would have a hard time ever justifying punching a kid. But I spend my time around kids. You guys getting angry and yelling at me, it doesn't freak me out. But if I'm an adult that does not spend time around teenagers and there's a swarm of teenagers yelling at me and one of them comes at me going, "Rawr, rawr," then there's a chance you might react differently.
Like, I'm gonna punch
So,
you.
Wally?
In my opinion, they did start it, but he also took it way too far.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I mean, now given, your reaction might be, well, he should push her away.
Yeah.
Did he push her away?
Yes.
Did that solve the problem?
No.
And that's where part of it is, so should he have let her just hit him?
No.
But at the same time, would she have hurt him?
Yes.
And like,
Not really.
If you hit in the right spot.
I don't know.
150 pounds.
Hence, welcome to real world stuff.
5'5", with like 100 pounds.
By the way, as I call on Emmy, don't forget the whole turning stuff in.
Well, as like an adult man, he could have easily stepped, like, he could have just as easily stepped away as he punched the girl. Like, they can't drive, they can't follow him home. Like, they can't really do anything to harm him. He's like 200 pounds, they can't attack him unless they all go up to him. But it was just that one girl, and he acted like.
Well, only one girl that we see on the video, because apparently there's others who got pushed, because that was the whole thing. Make sure that one, you submit this, and two, here's the tougher one. Try not to talk about this to my other classes too much, because that's going to be the tough one. Just the 5 questions. Run away.